Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United States. We are at war with Russia and Spain, we're allied with Germany, and we are currently blockading Russia with most of our fleet deployed in the North Sea or the Baltic Sea. Plus, we pretty much have the Asian parts of Russia locked down as well, so the situation is good, and we're just waiting to see if Russia will actually come out and fight us or not. More trade protection needed. That probably means they're increasing their the size of their raiding force, but we're just gonna have to put up with that. All of these that have just been commissioned, I'm just gonna throw them directly onto trade protection status. It's their quality of crew isn't as important if they're doing that. Why do I even have... Oh, Rhode Island was having condenser trouble and didn't actually get moved to the Baltic, did she? Oh boy. This one might actually go through. It's a small engagement, so... We'll probably be lucky if we have... We won't have battle cruisers. I think the biggest we can have is maybe heavy cruisers, but we don't have any there, so... Oh. It's not even that much distance. Good grief. Yeah, there better be a lot of ships from our ally Germany joining our force. Well, for a small battle like this, it's probably not that important. But if a fleet battle followed or happened, we'd need everything. No, I have reconnaissance aircraft at my disposal. Okay. I do? Why? I mean, where from? Yeah. Ah, the German airship bases even. Okay. Sure. You guys can just, they're all operating from, what, Danzig and, Piau. Yeah, there's two there. Okay. Something tells me those aren't actually going to be of any use whatsoever. And I'm not even sure they're actually under my command. But alright, let me select. Oh, yeah, okay. I can set their search pattern and all. I would need to do this manually for every base. That's fine, actually. It's just a question of... Well, the distance is probably a little much, honestly. I can't. Okay. Yeah, the distance is definitely a little much. Like, I don't really care if they're in the North Baltic. Okay, so that's roughly where they need to search. I think I need to set that for all of them if I really want them to find things for me, but, oh. Okay. Alright, well, I guess that's the only one I actually control for some reason. That's fine. I doubt that this is... The distance between there and here is on the order of, like, probably 200 or 300, yeah, 240 nautical miles. I kind of doubt their airships can actually range that far, but we'll find out, I guess. Anyway, what we have in our fleet is a whole collection of light cruisers. Our 4 Tacoma-class light cruisers, plus a couple of German light cruisers, Berlin and Dundee. Oh, and these are the very modern Berlin class. These are probably some of the finest light cruisers in the world. Our Tacomas are a little old, but are the best of ours, so... Well, we'll just see what Russia has. The one thing they have that scares me in terms of light cruisers... They only have 4 in existence, so we should at least have the numbers, but... Well, these Pilatas, they don't scare me at all. these Auroras with 14 6-inch guns, not the most modern centerline type layout, but they're pretty scary. We'll see what we run into, basically. Oh, they're going that way. Okay. Okay, I see two. I swear, if we're chasing like a pair of Russian destroyers or something right now, which we might be. Yep. Okay, well this is just going to be a waste of everyone's time, really, because I don't think we're going to catch them. If we do catch them, they will be sunk immediately and in a very one-sided fashion. Okay, I don't know why they've turned and done that. Now I think... Hey, hold on. There we go. They might die now. Maybe they're going to revolve. I don't know, but if we get even a lucky hit or two in, they will just be sunk. Okay, they're coming back towards us again. I don't know why they're zigzagging the way they are. But they're destroyers. I don't know about the classes, but I mean... Big destroyers, that's a 1,400 tonner, and that's a 1,500 tonner. But they certainly don't have the firepower of a cruiser, so... In fact, could we get our destroyers to try to chase them? They might have a better chance. They might even be fast enough to actually run them down, to tell you the truth. Which would certainly be nice. Oops, I left the Germans behind. Oh, it's getting dark too? Okay, well. That's just annoying. And at this point, I doubt we catch these, but maybe if our destroyers can do it before it gets fully dark, but I wouldn't count on that. And it's really not even worth the time it takes to sink 2 destroyers. I mean, I know they're bigger than the old 300-ton destroyers, but they still have like 50 of them. Also don't know why it kind of feels like it's lagging or something. That should not be a problem with the battle this small, but... Oh boy. Near miss on Lamp. Oh, torpedo tube hit on Lamson. Oh god. Okay, if our destroyers are going to catch them, they'd better at least get some hits and not just get sunk. We are catching, though. Oh, boy. That's rough. I mean, our destroyers are much... No, these aren't even that much smaller, though. These are 1,400 tonners, mostly. So... There we go. Well, a couple of hits right as we lost sight of them. And Lampson has taken serious damage. Our only hope is if we've slowed them down. If we have, we'll just catch them and sink them in the night here. And it does kind of look like one of them might be slowed, so that could be enough to be decisive. Oh, for God's sake, our destroyers are not doing well in this engagement otherwise, though. Like, Macdonau and Lampson both almost crippled. Okay, now hold on. It's dark, and the range is only 2,500 yards, so we really need to worry about torpedoes as our light cruisers get up. But I think we've probably sunk that destroyer already, or just about so. Yeah, she's firing back. I respect that, but yeah. Now, if we could hit the Zvoy with a bunch of guns. Okay, we're hitting the Gremyashi with a whole bunch of guns. How about the Zvoy? That's one. Alright, everybody stop shooting the stationary sinking target, eh? Oh, the Zvoy just stopped moving, I think. Okay. Do they secretly have more ships? Okay. That's just uncalled for. Oh, the Germans are finally catching up. Look at them. I don't know if the Russians have more ships at sea somewhere. Oh, boy. Oh, all right. We almost just torpedoed ourselves. Either the Russians have more ships at sea somewhere, or this one is not sinking yet, because it ends the battle automatically if they run out of ships at sea. I can't scarcely believe that that one's not sinking, though. Okay, now it's definitely sinking. They must have something else at sea, but I couldn't tell you where. I'm just going to go to cruising speed and head south. The battle should end pretty quickly. We might have lost either Mactonau or Lampson, or hopefully not both, but if we only lose one, then it's a win. It's pretty much an even trade at this point. Honestly, probably more time investment than it's worth to sink a destroyer like that, but there are two destroyers, but there's not really any auto-resolve or anything in this game, so... You want good outcomes, or any outcomes, you gotta fight them. I think that's all the airships that are operating, so apparently they can make it this far north. I don't know what they're gonna find in the middle of the night, but they can make it this far north, apparently. Oh, and they've spotted something at the naval... they've got some patrol ships at their naval base or something, I guess. I'm just going to ignore that and keep heading south. There's not even enough time left in the game to go back, even if I wanted to. There we are. Yep, slight damage, well, medium damage to two destroyers. We sank the Russian destroyers Gremyashi and Bernie. Decent start, obviously. Hardly spectacular, but a win's a win. And Minneapolis has engine troubles. We've finished the last destroyer of our last batch. The French have a new floatplane scout. And, okay, we've stolen every blueprint France has got, apparently. Interlocked armor plates, better armor quality, struggling with 40mm cannon. Our patrol aircraft have sunk an enemy submarine. Hot damn, that almost, or literally has to be from San Diego, I guess, and that's nice. And, oh, Germany's joined the war against Spain. Well, that seemed reasonable and necessary, yeah. Oh, we're blockading Spain automatically, too. Good. Well, we have enough forces, I guess, left in Northern Europe. Oh, where did Spain's whole fleet go? Did it run away to the Caribbean? It did, okay. So they're still all pretty much stuck there. Yeah. Between ourselves and Germany, if France joins the war, then the equation changes a little. As long as France is out of the war, the US and Germany between them can definitely just hold a blockade down against Russia and against Spain, unless something goes really wrong. Yeah, San Diego must have gotten that submarine kill, which... An aerial kill from some of these primitive fighters or torpedo bombers on a submarine in 1921 is quite impressive, actually. Our fighter is not really that old. I know everybody else is building ones that are slightly faster now, but I'm not too worried about it. 6 months we'll have our last battleship finished, and then a year for all these new destroyers. By the time this war's over, we should be almost done with our capital ship building spree. And our gunnery training's applied. That didn't take long. Yeah, this is not a very battle-filled war. Zivuchi interned in the Indian Ocean. Just because we have too much. Aurora forced to scuttle due to mechanical problems. Oh, I was just talking about those. Those are like... Those two, which there's only one left now, Pamiat Mercuria. These are like two of the most impressive light cruisers in the world, for firepower at least. And speed and armor as well, actually, for fighting capabilities in general. And there goes one scuttled for mechanical troubles because they can't break the blockade that we have on them. Oh, Russia. Oh, I should probably take North Carolina out of reserve as long as we're at war, huh? Might as well. Just checking to see if anything else was in reserve. I don't think so. They're gonna keep declining all these. Or even if they want to accept, they're just gonna get the, like... Oh, this one's actually starting. Okay, well... Maybe we can finally sink the 2 Russian destroyers that actually exist in the Far East here, and... Do not tell me we have... Oh. I was going to say, don't tell me they've given me a single destroyer. They've given me the battlecruiser Congress, and that's it. Does Russia not only have, like, 2 destroyers out here? Okay, it's high wind. It's drizzling. Sighting range, even in the daylight, is only 8,000 yards. It's going to be daylight soon. However, the last thing I want... This could get embarrassing if all Russia does have out here is 3 destroyers, but because Congress is completely alone, she just gets torpedoed a bunch in the middle of the night. Oh, God. Turn hard to starboard immediately away from that. And then we can go back and try to chase it a little. Oh, we're being shot at. It's daylight. We're being shot at. It's 2 destroyers. Yeah, okay. We're way too close to them. It's not full daylight either, is it? No, that's full daylight. We're 4,000 yards, 3,000 yards. Much closer than I'd like to be. And they fired torpedoes at us. If we don't get hit by any, then we almost just win, but... I mean, we also have to hit them before they get out of range. Okay, I think that was a 12-inch gun hit. That's almost just fatal to a destroyer. That's a 12-inch gun hit. I mean, they're destroyers. They're 500-ton destroyers. If one of them got hit by 2 12-inch shells, it's dead. Honestly, if one of them got hit by 1 12-inch shell, it's dead. They're just... basically vaporized. I didn't get the message that all Russian ships are sinking, though, so they're not dead. Both, at least. The high wind will actually probably cause them to sink more aggressively, but due to the bad sea state. Proper daylight. Where are they? What? Dang, they must have booked it north to be out of my sighting range at daylight. Of course, my sighting range is really bad, even in daylight still, so that's why. I mean, they might just survive this battle by virtue of just having run away, which would be the sensible thing to do. And the fact that the weather is so bad. I'm going to head towards their port. If we don't run into them by the time we get there, then we're probably not going to. Nachodka. Where's Vladivostok? Over there. Okay. Yeah, I don't see hide nor hair of them, as it were. Oh, wait. I've spotted a land installation. I don't know where. Oh, it's over there. It's an air base. It has 0 aircraft. I'm gonna not bother with that. Okay, could we turn left, please? Thank you. Port, I'm so sorry. And not into the minefield. Great. Okay, yeah, I assume they went into port. Even if they didn't, I don't think our chances of finding them exist. So, honestly, we can only hope that we landed that 1 or 2. That's just the airbase again, right? Yeah. If one of them really genuinely got hit by a 12-inch shell and it's not in port... Oh. They both just snuck into the base somewhere. They're both alive. I was wondering if they both got sunk by flooding over time or something, but no. They both just snuck into base somewhere with the non-existent sighting range. How's submarines doing? Yeah, see, they have 48 submarines allegedly operational between them. They managed to sink 3 merchants, and they lost a submarine for their trouble. I'm pretty sure that still in this game, then, as long as you have enough destroyers to provide trade protection duties, and these aren't even good destroyers, they're ancient destroyers with no dedicated anti-sub equipment, that submarines are not going to be very effective. Do they actually have a CA out here now? Yeah, even if they do, they're just struggling. Colombia has condenser trouble. Not signing a neutral peace. Oh, okay, well, a peace is concluded. We gain large territories and considerable war reparations. So we do gain some territory, you know. What do I want out of these 3 places? Sakhalin and Kamchatka are actually objectively almost worthless, I'm fairly sure. So I'm going to take Hainan. Yeah. Even if the other 2 would be more humiliating for Russia. Ooh, synthetic fire control computer. Reduces penalty for own ship turning. Better pressure hull, 5% reliability increase. The Consolidated Banana Company has some labor relations problems in Panama. They suggest that arranging a coup to install a pro-US regime would serve our national interests. What a splendid initiative. Go right ahead, folks. Just don't fuck up the canal. Yeah? Okay, so the war's over. Apparently, chances are pretty decent with everyone just because of that one little coup in Panama, but, I never did put Rhode Island actually in the Baltic, but whatever. Didn't come to it. Alright, so not the most exciting war in the world, and, I tried to keep it going. I put the most aggressive options every time, but, between us and Germany, we're just too much more powerful than Russia and Spain. They were not going to come out and fight us. I'll just send those to the West Coast. They can be the West Coast Squadron now. Oh my god, the budget. Okay, well, we can stop our gunnery training. That'll save a little bit. And clearly we're going to have to pause some construction. And now it's about in balance, actually. As soon as we get Minnesota or New Jersey finished, that should be sufficient to... what am I trying to say? As soon as New Jersey's finished, we should be able to resume construction on these 2 Brooklyns. Better counter-flooding equipment. All forward main armament. Okay, that's an interesting idea for our next battleship whenever it comes. Oh, yeah, these 2 are in the Central Pacific. I should recall them to probably the East Coast, since there are only decent heavy cruisers at the moment. Alright, so that war is over. Didn't take long, wasn't terribly exciting, but we got Hainan, so that's something. Our reach in Southeast Asia is larger than ever, and, well, actually, to be fair, this is ideally situated in the event of another war with Britain and France to really hit them where it hurts in terms of Hong Kong and Kwangchuan and French Indochina. I mean, all of these other territories we have, the Marianas and Guam, and which is part of the Marianas anyway, but the Carolines, these are all so far east in this region that their strategic usefulness is a little questionable. But those Hainan, that's right in the heart of the area, so that's much more helpful in terms of invading places. Yeah, at this point, probably only France or Britain is really worth fighting a war against. I mean, if we fought Russia again, all we could take is Sakhalin and Kamchatka, and they're not that useful, to tell you the truth. I mean, if we took Kamchatka, at least we would have 100% ownership in the Northern Pacific. If we took Sakhalin, we would have Japan ringed in, so I'm not saying they're useless, but, like, they're not priorities. Anyway, we're going to get New Jersey completed. Delaware is continuing to play operas instead of actually train. Captain Christian, a loose cannon from the battlecruiser Ranger, has been implicated in a scandal with a lot of champagne and an admiral's daughter. You know what? Just cashier him because he's average, so who cares? Double reduction gears, 1% weight saving. Struggling with double gun mounts for destroyers. Austrians have a new torpedo bomber. Okay. One more month, we should have New Jersey. These were in reserve before, anyway. Yeah, the most urgent things that need to be replaced are these heavy cruisers and these light cruisers at this point. And actually, to be fair, we have 7 heavy cruisers in service. Pretty much nobody else has any. I am executively scrapping USS. You know what, let's keep it at 6 in the fleet, so I'm scrapping Memphis. Oh, a museum ship, huh? Okay. We can make her the centerpiece of a naval historical museum. Fantastic. Does she still appear at all on this list, or because it said she still costs maintenance money a little bit, so what's as if she were mothballed like anyway? 43 a month? That's fine. That's not much at all. Is there any way to see that anywhere? Not really. Funny thing is, I don't think her battle record's actually that impressive. I mean, she's been in a lot of battles, but I don't know that she's ever really sunk much of anything. I can't remember for sure, though. I mean, let me look at, like, her sister ships. I mean, I guess they took some pretty good action in our old war against Russia. They fought the Germans in our war with them. They fought the Spanish. I think it's more that they've been in a lot of battles. I don't think most of those battles were terribly, terribly decisive, to tell you the truth. Some of them were pretty... I mean, that was we won that war, so it's not that they went badly. Okay. We also have too many destroyers in service already. I really wanted just 50, I think was what I said. And that's pretty comparable to what everybody else has got. At the very least, that's what I'm going for now. Just so that I can definitely scrap Drayton, the last 2 of that class, and 5, 8, 10 Cummings class. Okay. So now a lot of the really weak old ships are scrapped. We only have another, what, 8, 3, 7? How do we end up with that? Whatever. We have 7 Cummings class destroyers left of the 600 tonners. We have 8 of the 700 tonners. And those are all the ones that can't make are struggling to make 30 knots anymore, at least, so that's something. Ideally, we'd only have, I mean, our torpedo firepower from all preceding classes to Lawrence more than doubles because of triple tubes and all that, but at least these have 4 4-inch guns. The Gwens aren't too bad. And we've commissioned the battleship USS New Jersey. Probably last of the Minnesota class. If we build more battleships, it'll be a new design. It's not that the Minnesotas are outdated in any sort of like revolutionary way, but they're just a little bit broadly outdated. Let's avoid entanglements because I don't really need an alliance with Austria-Hungary. Okay, now that Minnesota's finished, or well, New Jersey, that gives us 11 battleships. Obviously, I see that a lot of the major powers have a bit more than that, but I don't know. I was kind of thinking and planning. I think we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger and just scrap North Carolina. Because she only has 6 12-inch guns, she's just really not worth saving for a prolonged period, I think. And she costs a fair bit in maintenance still, even in reserve. I think we're going to go ahead and scrap her. Yeah, we can expend her for gunnery practice. We don't need the scrap money that badly. Advances our AP projectile knowledge. Okay. So now we have 10 dreadnoughts that are actually all proper dreadnoughts with at least 8 main guns. 3 with 12-inch guns, 4 with 14-inch guns, 3 with 16-inch guns. The fleet's doing all right. Let's get these Brooklyn's construction resumed. We still have a budget surplus after that. Thanks for watching, sailors. I hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like or subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.